course, you know, the Americans were very up on picnics. In the early days, whole towns would take off into the hills. They'd have a barbecue, and then game of baseball, and then the men would go off shooting turkeys while the women sat under the parasols.
Oh, I'm a parasol, and you have forgotten summit.
Yes, smoked salmon. You're going a bit over the top with this, aren't you?
Well, I thought we should make a fuss. See if it draws her out a bit.
Listen, the way to play it with Victoria is to let her think she's making all the running. She likes to be made a fuss of, but she doesn't like to be pressured. Have to use a bit of psychology.
Psychology, right. I'll have a quiet word with her, shall I, while you're off shooting the turkeys?
Hello, love. Bet and I have just been discussing picnics.
No, you weren't. You were talking about me as usual.
Yes, well, in a way, you're right. We were wondering, would you fancy a picnic? You know, blow the cobwebs away, get out of Weatherfield for a bit.
Great. Can I go and never come back?
We could go to Tatton Park.
Hey, Tatton Park. Do you know, I haven't been there for the best part of 20 years. I used to like it there. The lake, the gardens, but it was lovely.
Well, you'll both have a lovely time then, won't you? And I'll be able to stay here and have some time to myself.
Oh, no, you're coming. I mean, it's for you.
You're the guest of honour.
If you're worried I'll run away again, you can lock the door and bar the windows. It'd still be better than driving around with you both choking on your cigarette fumes.
Listen, I think with a little bit of give and take, we can all put our differences to one side and have a really enjoyable day. But, I mean, if you want to stay in, we'll stay in. I mean, the picnic will taste just as nice in here as it would al fresco. And we could hire a couple of videos, perhaps play a game of Scrabble or whatever.
Oh, please.
No, what have I said?
Nothing. You were lovely. I'd go and have a picnic with you any time.
Oh, no. If she stays in, we stay in. We're stuck with each other now. Like it or not, we're a family, and we'll spend bank holiday together like any other family.
Rain Max. Think you should take the Rain Max?
In the hall.
I know they're in the hall. I was just asking. Oh, forget it, will you? Nicky, what have you done with them trainers? I've just put your trainers on. Where are they?
I want my wellies.
I've told you can't wear your wellies all day today and stop swinging that bat around in here. Ah, brilliant. Trainers. Right, now I think the only thing we're missing now is a baby. Where is he?
He's in the hall in his travel suit.
Ah, right.
Calm down. It's supposed to be fun.
Well, it's the third time he's took them off today. We'll never get there at this rate. You know him.
But what's the hurry? Park isn't going to close. The food isn't going to go off.
True. What's going on in
Oh,
here?
my God. What
Hey?
happened? Tell me what's
Hey,
happened.
will you calm down, will you? You look after him. You get over here. What have you been doing, hey? Have you smacked him on the head? It was an accident, all right, yeah, but I'm going to have to go to hospital now, aren't I? So have you smacked him on the head?
I was just practicing.
I know you were just practising. Look, I'm going to have to take him down to the casualty just to be on the safe side. Dale.
Concussion. You sometimes can't tell. Nicky, where are your shoes?
Dale, you hadn't. Oh, look, now, it's going to take us ages for us all to get down to the hospital, so here, I'll shoot off with him. Here, and you look after the kids and pop down in a taxi if you're worried. Right?
Anything, just hurry.
All right, oh.
Oh, Vera, look, it is supposed to be holiday. Lord knows I get few enough of them.
Oh, come on, Ivy. We'll have a right laugh. Look, tell her, John.
I don't know what you're on about.
Well, it's this float at Carnival. We said we'd all go around there and help build it. All that glowing, cutting out. But like being back at school.
Yes, and I know the headmistress is going to be as well, Reg Holsworth. Look, Vera, I prefer to spend what free time I have with my husband.
Actually, I'm working today.
Thank you, Don.
You see, he's working same as our Jack. You'll be stuck in here on your Todd.
Well, anyway, I've got loads of housework to do, Vera. I don't know about you.
Look, you're always saying Holsworth has his favourites. Now's your chance to get well in. Do yourself a favour.
She has got a point, you know, Ivy. I mean, it's good office politics, isn't it?
Yes, but it's all wrong, though, Don, isn't it? If I can't be appreciated for the work I do, I don't want to be appreciated at all. Anyway, why should me and her give us free time up just so that Reg Holsworth can get himself tarted up like King Tut on the top of the truck?
Well, it's not just for his benefit, is it? The Weatherfield Carnival, it's for charity.
Yes, right. Why let Holsworth come between you and charity?
I shall regret this. I know I will.
She's left him, you know. Mind you, he'll get a bit of peace now, because let's face it, they'll like Burton and Taylor when them were at it, won't they?
I know, but it's always bad when a marriage breaks up, Vera. No matter how bad it might have seemed.
Well, I don't know. He looks well on it. I've often wondered what I'd do if our Jack walked out on me. Do you know, I think it'd do me a world of good.
Smoked salmon. You really were going to push the boat out, weren't you?
We did push the boat out. It's just that she didn't want to get in it. Here, you might as well have another one. There's no point in them going to waste.
Couldn't you and Alec go out anyway?
He don't like leaving her on her own. Not after...
Talking about me again? How surprising.
Well, there's worse things than being talked about, you know. Like not being talked about, for instance. Where are you going?
Out. Is that a problem?
Listen, lady. Alec went to a lot of trouble to give you a good time today. He shelled out for that picnic. He even laid on extra bar staff. Liz here gave up a bank holiday so that we could give you a good time.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it's not all right. It's not all right to go swanning off without so much as a thanks but no thanks. In fact, it's not all right to go swanning off at all.
So why didn't you ask me beforehand? I'm not some sort of teddy bear you could just pick up and stop playing tea parties whenever you feel like it.
No, of course you're not, love. It's not like that. He just wants to make a fuss of you. To show you that you're important to him.
I don't want to be made a fuss of. I want to be left alone. I don't care if I'm important to him. He's not important to me. I'm sorry if it messed up your holiday. I know how you feel. They did the same to me.
Well.
Great, no reply. What are we going to do now? We can't just hide the stuff.
Do you think I might use the phone now?
Oh, gosh, Dad. Let's make help him out with the brake linings.
So what do we do now?
It's my dad's birthday present, yeah? And we don't want him to see it. I don't suppose you could keep an eye on it, could you? Just until he's out saying.
You must be joking. We can't leave it with her.
And what choice have we got if he sees this? We've had it. We don't want to spoil the surprise, you see. We might be leaving it with a mate, but it doesn't seem to be in.
It's a very strange-looking birthday present.
It's a radio. Car radio.
Yeah, for his car.
Listen, we'll see you later in Jim's cafe, yeah? You won't regret it.
Aye, aye. What are you two bandits up to then, eh? Corrupting Uyghurs?
Well, we just had to rob a bank, but we're ready now, Dad. All right.
Come on, a pair of you.
See you later.
Was that little Victoria we saw going off just now?
Oh, I shouldn't think so, no. She's decided on a quiet day in today.
Oh, no, I'm quite certain it was her, and she seemed in quite a hurry.
Liz, would you get this, please?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just going to check on Victoria.
Out.
What?
Gone out. Said she wanted some time to herself.
You've let her go?
Well, I couldn't very well lock her up, could I? And you were the one who said she was feeling all cooped up and trapped.
Listen, it's when people are feeling cooped up and trapped, they're at the most dangerous. You should know that. She could be up to all sorts.
Alec, love, I've spent years trying to get into trouble in Weatherfield on a bank holiday. Can't be done.
Gail! Oh, lovey. Have you heard anything? A word. Look, are you sure this is all right, Ma'am? Only they might still be waiting to be seen, and it's getting near his feed, and they've got none of his stuff.
Just go off, they'll be fine here. I tried ringing Ivy to help, but she's out.
Oh, she's working on the float for Better Buys Carnival.
Off you go. Go on, quick.
Oh, but before you do, can I put a question to you? Would you have any idea of the theme of this float, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I thought you might have
Excuse me,
discussed
Percy.
it with you, you know.
No! Be good for your granny.
Go on, love, quick. Let me know.
Well, it's a pity when folk can't pause and chat, isn't it?
Percy, she's having to go to the hospital. The baby's had an accident.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't know about that. I'd never detained her.
What are you doing?
You wouldn't have any idea of, you know, what this opposition float's working on, would you?
You're all heart, aren't you, Percy? No, I haven't. To be honest, I've got other things on my mind at the minute. Nikki, would you get down there,
Well,
please?
if you do stumble on any intelligence, be sure to let us know, won't you? Because it'd be a pity if our costumes clashed on the day.
Clash, Percy, this is the Weatherfield Carnival, not the Miss World contest.
It's an opportunity to spread goodwill and good cheer, Mrs. Roberts. There's a lot of people working very, very hard on this, and I think you should respect that.
Me, a Vestal Virgin? You are joking, I hope.
No, Vera, not a Vestal Virgin. A goddess of plenty.
Ah, so what do I have to do then?
Well, you'd be stood on the float, steadying Mr. Holdsworth's horn. The horn of plenty, look.
Oh, no, hang about. Cutting and gluing, that's what we volunteered for. We're not wearing no skimpy costumes for nobody, are we, Vera?
Oh, I don't know. I've often fancied myself as a vestal virgin, being carried off by Victor Mature, you know.
Vera, Reg Holdsworth is not exactly Victor Mature.
Oh, he says the central embodiment of the spirit of carnival. Oh, the god of laughter and wine. Hates me to a T, that. Hey, hey! Are you sure this is safe? You know, we're an awful long way up from the ground here.
Well, it's got to be lofty to go with your divine status. Don't worry, you'll have your goddesses of plenty to steady you.
It's about the goddesses of plenty, yeah. Well, Mrs. Brennan doesn't feel she's suited to the role, and, well, Mrs. Duckworth's having her doubts.
Oh, come on, Ivy, it's for charity.
If anybody else says that to me today, they'll need charity themselves.
Is there a problem, Norman?
It's Mrs. Brennan. She feels she's not cut out to be a goddess of plenty.
Mrs. Brennan? Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. She's not suitable, is she? She's not suitable at all. I mean, we need somebody who is voluptuous and sensual and nubile.
I beg your pardon?
You want to watch what you're saying, you know. You're not very nuptial yourself, you know.
I thought Mrs. Brennan and Mrs. Duckworth would bring a touch of majesty to the table.
No. This lorry, it's supposed to be a feast to the eyes, isn't it? It's a celebration of sensuality, this. No, I'm sorry. These ladies would be much better employed making some decoration.
Oh, I see. We're good enough to get his hands dirty, but we're not good enough to stand up there with you and your own.
You've taken the words right out of my mouth, Mrs. Brennan. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Well, oh, the blaming cheek.
You know what it is, don't you? It's just an excuse to surround himself with dolly birds.
Yeah, well, we'll show him who's a feast for the eyes. He wants to look at himself, him.
Tell you what, he's not going to get away with it.
You mean you'll do it then?
Of course we are.
Oh, we certainly are.
Carter.
Oh, about time too. This poor young girl thought you'd stood her up.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bit of a hard man to get away from once he's got these break landings. Anyway, cheers.
Hang on a minute. What is this stuff?
This is the pacemaker of the tired old heart of Weatherfield.
Look, we've already told you once. It's a car radio for me dad.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd love to see your father's car sometimes. You see, I've never been in a car that was connected to the mains before. What else does he have in there? A television? A sunbed? An aquarium?
Look, it's our radio. We use it to broadcast with.
And do you?
When we can.
Shut up, you.
When?
Look, it was very nice of you to look after our stuff for us, but now we've got to go, okay?
No, it's not actually. You see, I haven't got any money, so I couldn't buy anything. And I told the woman that some friends were coming, and when they arrived, they would be buying tea and cakes.
Cakes? She must be joking.
3 teas, please, Alma. And someone else apples cakes as well.
What, cakes and all? Hey, you better hang on to this one, love. He knows how to treat a lady.
Come on, we're going to have to sort this out.
Excuse me. I know you're short-staffed and I know it's bank holiday and that, but, well, I've been here for over an hour now. He needs a feed and there's not much I can do about that here.
What name is it, please?
Martin. Martin Platt.
OK. All right, Martin, we'll have to see what we can do, won't we?
So you're not Martin, are you? No, I'm Martin. This is David.
David Platt.
Yeah. No, David Tilsley.
Are you the baby's father?
Yes, I am. It's just that we're not married.
I see. So this is David Tilsley. And what happened to him?
Well, he's had a bit of a clonk on the head, haven't you? Of his big brother. He seems all right now, but, well, with that bruise, I thought I'd better bring him in.
Now, do you live with the mother?
Yeah, of course I do.
So you are the legal guardian?
Yes, I'm his dad.
Has his mother been informed of the situation?
Yeah, she was there when it happened. Look, I'm his dad. In fact, I'm his full-time dad. So, any questions you want to ask about him, just fire away.
I have to ask these questions. They're on the form.
No, they're not. You're asking these questions because you think it's a non-accidental injury, and you worry because you think I might have done it.
It's routine, Mr. Tilsley.
Plats. And it's not routine. You're just worried that you think I've done it. I used to work here. I'm not soft.
I'm only doing my job, Mr. Platt.
Well, at least you can get my name right for once.
As long as we get the baby's name right, that's the important thing.
Right.
I thought I might have missed
Oh,
her.
yes, all right.
I take it you're Mrs. Tilsley.
Yes, she's the legal mother, or the natural mother, or anything else you'd like to call her. She's the proper parent, the one with the name on the baby. Now, can we get on with it, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes, I thought perhaps, you know, purple, like the grapes themselves.
Like a flaming raisin, more like.
You'd be wearing a purple robe and a short white toga.
Short?
Well, why not? He said it should be a feast for the eyes.
Yes, but we don't want to offend public sensibilities. I mean, the better by float, it should have gravity and dignity. Nothing that could be taken as smutty.
Oh, don't worry, leave it to us.
Hey, listen, I'm not wearing no short on because I've got fat knees.
No, you'd be wearing a peach shift with gold details.
Oh.
Actually, I was wondering if you'd mind stitching them up if I cut them out.
Oh, no problem,
Oh,
kid.
thanks.
Peach and gold. Did you ever see Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra? She wore peach, you know, with white arms and all these bangles.
Don't you have to be dead tall to wear that sort of thing?
Don't worry about that. Listen, I'm going to put your hair up, and I've got you an amazing tiara.
Oh, it'd be like being in the magazines, won't it?
Oh, dead glam. Our Jack's eyes will pop out of his head, kid.
Well, you are going to be goddesses.
Oh.
May I say, ladies, what a pair of delightful goddesses I think you'll both make. Excuse me.
Hey, what's got into him?
I reminded him what happened to Bacchus in the end.
What happened to him?
He was torn limb from limb by irate women.
Put that back down, will you? You've done enough damage with that for one day, don't you think?
Put it away.
Put it down!
He's putting it away, because I told him to. We had a chat while you were in the hospital.
Oh, aye. Tilsley to Tilsley, eh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Look, I know what happened in the hospital upset you in some way. Taking it out on the rest of us isn't going to do any good now, is it?
Well, I'm just sick to the back teeth of explaining to people why my son has got a different surname to me. That's all.
Oh, come on. That's daft. What does it matter?
Well, it matters to me, obviously.
It was all right till
I never thought you'd be so old-fashioned. Loads of women don't change their names when they get married. They give the kids the maiden name.
Yeah, but we're not married, are we? And Tilsley's not your maiden name. It's the name of the guy you did marry. That's whose name my son's got. Not yours and not mine. Brian's.
And Tracy's.
Come on, David.
And he was so happy till it didn't rain again.
43 overs. The batsmen to have gone.
Ah, right. You sit down, I'll put kettle on. How'd it go, all right?
Great. I tell you what, she's really talented, that little Angie Don. It's going to be a lovely float. It's a bit something like out of Ben Hur, you know.
Ben Hur?
Yeah.
Red Jonesworth and Curly? Which one is Charlton Heston?
Wait till you see costumes. Look.
I mean, they're going to be wearing stuff like this in streets of Weatherfield. Oh, blimey. It'd be like the last dames of Rome. I'll have to get a ringside seat for this one.
Well, you can have a ringside seat any time you like for this one, love, because that's my costume.
Huh? You can wear this.
And why not, might I ask?
Well, it's not decent.
Of course it's decent, it's just, well, it's a bit flamboyant.
And I say it's not decent.
Really? Well, you're just going to have to put up with it, aren't you, Don? Because after all, like you said, it is for charity.
If somebody's wee girl definitely isn't coming back, eh?
Steph Barnes is perfectly capable of looking after herself, but there's folk on the streets of Weatherfield that'd eat Victoria for breakfast and not bother spitting the pips out.
She'll be back. She just needs a bit of space, that's all.
Well, our Steve went camping their boat, if you remember. Now, that's when you really think you're doing something wrong. When they'd rather sleep rough than come home.
But it came round, and Victoria will come round.
Well, she might well come round. It's the trouble she could get into while she's getting round to coming round that's bothering me.
Ladies, no.
Des, I just wanted to say how sorry we are about the way things have turned out for you. And if our little dispute played any part in it, well, we really are very sorry.
Nothing to be sorry for. You did me a favour. I'm well shot of her, aren't I?
Better to find out sooner than later.
Oh, yeah, but it must be very upsetting, just the same.
My heart is like a singing bird, Mavis. I'm a free man again, Annie. Excuse me.
Oh, what about your drink?
Give it to Derek. I haven't touched it.
This has gone on long enough, Bet. I'm going to start making calls.
Before you do, love, could you spare us a moment in here?
What? Oh.
She's had a smashing time with the MacDonald lads. They're going to show her their record collection.
Well, that really is exciting, isn't it, eh?
Yeah. Steve lent me this tape of his mate's band. I'm going up now to play it. I'll put my earphones on so I don't disturb you.
Oh, that's all right. No, you won't disturb us. We won't hear you down here.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Am I on the right planet? I thought you were going to clap her in irons.
Yeah, I'm that pleased to see her smiling. I'm not bothered about hotels. In fact, I'm not pleased to see her at all. Thought she might have run off again.
I told you she'd be all right.
Well, we'll see. I'm just glad she's happy.
She means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she does. But I'm not having them McDonald's trips around with her. Liz may think they've turned out all right. I know different.
God, you
Hey, now give over with it. Now, don't start all that.
Have you calmed down a bit?
Yeah, all right.
Look, next time David has to go to the clinic, I'll take him. Then you don't have to deal with any of this.
It's nothing to do with the clinic.
What is it to do with then?
Well, he's my son. It's not some leftover from the past. Look, he's ours. He's all ours. What's he doing with Brian's name?
Are you saying you want to change David's name? You want him to be called Claire?
No, I'm not saying that at all. Look, it's more than that. Look, when we started, when I first came here, you'd been married, you'd had kids. It wasn't new to you. You had a past.
Yeah, but it wasn't a patch on the present.
Well, maybe not, no. But that's not the point, is it? But when you walk into a setup like this, we bound to feel a little bit overshadowed. Everyone's walking around with the same surname except me. You've got your own nice little cosy club going. And I'm the visitor. The newcomer, if you like. The odd one out.
Yeah, well, if we change David's name, there'll be two of you.
That's not what I want, Gail.
Well, what do you want?
I want you to marry me.
What?
I want you to marry me.
So you won't be embarrassed down the clinic?
No, so I can feel like the present's more important than the past, for one, and that maybe I'm as important to you as he ever was. Oh, look, I want you to marry me because, well, I want to marry you.